Hey, what's up, guys? Dylan, also known as Prototype003. Today, playing Pokemon trading card game, and what I'm going to do today is just do a quick. Oh my god, I just realized I have 666 coins. I gotta get rid of those. I was going to do a quick deck building today. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to do a quick deck building today. My plan is to make a normal deck. So with normal cards, also we'll just do these pack openings while we're here. But I wanted to make a normal deck. Obviously, normal decks, your energy supply is you're able to use a lot of different energy because normal cards usually don't have any specific color costs. So you don't have to worry about which energies you put into your deck, which is really interesting. I think you can also oh, I don't have a ninja board. Choose one of these. Oh, nice. Okay, that was pretty cool. Wait, what? I have another one? There were 3. So okay, cool. I guess I'll open up these reward chests. At least one of them. Let me see what we get. We get something good here. Cool. This isn't really important right now, so I'm gonna wait on that. I really want to get into this deck building, so I'm gonna start right off. I'll use the deck wizard, and I'll just go straight to normal types. Beware's a really good card. The cards that I was thinking of were Drampa. Eevee's probably a good one to have if you're running just pure normal, because then you can put in all of those other evolutionary cards. And if you play cards that have, and this was the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of Kangaskhan's. But okay, we'll continue here. We'll see what they give us. Probably not anything good. I'm going to take out the stuff that I don't want. Such as this makes no sense to have in here. I don't need to have 3. I might play 2. I don't know why they gave me fire as an energy. I'm not going to put any energy in at the beginning, because I just want to play. Well, actually, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the double colorless, because obviously, with a colorless deck, double colorless are probably the most effective energies to have. Whatever. Actually, no. I'll grab the red ones. Kind of cool. Now, so I have 4. Yeah. I'm gonna check what Pokemon they give me really quick. So Prugly, this is a pretty good card. Nyan Press when you do have enough energy on it to use it. Does a lot of damage. I might want to play one weakness policy, just because. Oh well, actually that's true. I can play some bird normal types. We're only searching for normal types, and we'll see here. Let's see. So I'm gonna put the Blissey into my deck here, and of course I want this Trampa. I want this Beware. Oh, okay, so they did give me the stuff on the Beware. Yeah, so that's a very strong card. I might play the Spearow and the Fearow. This Spearow is really cool because it's very deck specific. That it does extra damage to grass types. Just I don't know. It's a cool starter to have. Always good to have a Spinda. Tauros GX is pretty strong. This gives me draw power. This Lugia's okay, I guess. I don't want to over saturate my deck with Pokemon as well, so I can which are basically. So I don't have a Porygon 2. Okay, so that card's not very good. I do wish I had the Swellow. Swellow's a pretty strong card. Looking maybe a Bouffalon, but I think that's pretty much. It. Okay, I'll put one of these, and yeah, I think that's pretty much. Oh, and then I need this. So I have way too many Pokemon now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of one of these Kangaskhan, obviously one of those Lugia. I didn't realize that I put two, so that's good at least. And this Braviary, I don't know if I need it. Stoutland. It's pretty strong. Oh. I don't need to be playing cards for them. Evolutions play default of your evolved Pokemon. There's no real point for me to do this, to have de-evolution sprays. Some decks do play them, I know, for the effects of being able to use the abilities twice. Like, for example, this Beware. When I play it for my hand, I can draw 3 cards. So if I use that in combination with the de-evolution spray, I'd be able to draw 6 cards. But I don't think it's necessarily worth it. So I'm not going to play that into this deck. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a supporter. This might be useful. Definitely not worth taking up 4 slots in your deck, though. Also, I'm going to have to keep in mind that I'm going to have to add some energies. Otherwise, playing 4 energies in this type of a deck where I have so many Pokemon it's going to be very, very detrimental. But it says here that I have 31 Pokemon. I might leave it at sort of a higher count just because I want to be able to play a lot of Pokemon. And yeah, I might keep that max potion. Keep a regular potion. I don't need two, so I don't want to play too many of, like, 4 of any card is not necessary in this deck that I have based off of the cards that I do own. But now I'm going to start looking at trainer cards. And I want my trainer cards to be ones that, you know, for example, that apply specifically to normal type Pokemon. I don't have it. If I had the normal gym stadium card, unfortunately I don't, but that would have been a good card to put in. I do like my Professor Kokoi's, very versatile. I'll put in the Ninja Boy. That's good if I have an evolution in my hand. Top 6 cards and put a basic energy. I'm going to play 1 Lucky Helm so that I can draw cards. This is probably going to be 1 weakness policy because obviously weak to fighting type is having that specific weakness is going to be very detrimental if I can't somehow prevent it. And now I'm going to look through just quickly. I'm sure that this has, yeah, that has 4. I just want to see how many the retreat costs for a lot of my Pokemon. If a lot of them do have 3, like I know that Kangaskhan does. It's 1, both these Kangaskhan do? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only this 2. 5. Okay. I'm sure this does 2, right? Yeah, 6. So yeah, I'm gonna play a heavy ball. I'll put the in there. I'm gonna play the heavy ball as well. Because I think it's worth it for the number of high level Pokemon I have, or high retreat cost Pokemon I have. And instead of playing a stadium, yeah, instead of playing a stadium, I'm gonna play the paint roller. Put in a couple Versus Seekers. Yeah, I'm gonna take out. I just put him in, thinking that, oh, let me use Kamala. He's very deceiving. A basic Pokemon, 80 HP obviously is high for a basic Pokemon, but he doesn't evolve, so that's his HP. So 80 is not great. Oh, whenever you attach an energy, it becomes asleep. Well, that's not. I might save that for another deck. But that would be the strategy to use. I didn't realize that was his ability, which makes him a lot better. So he'd be able to do 100 damage as a basic Pokemon just with 3 energy, is it? Yeah, with just 3 energy. Especially if you get the double energy, so it's just 2 turns. I'm also going to play a Great Ball just to be able to grab more Pokemon. Simple as that. I'm trying to think. I do want to have some basic energies. I'm not sure which yet. but I should have at least 10 energy in this deck. So, I mean, I can just play an assortment, sort of, one of each. I don't need Fairy, because I don't need Dark. I'll do the Steel and the Psychic. Yeah. Yeah. So basic deck building now. We have a Bouffalon, does 40 more damage to your grass types. So this Spearow now that I've put in here, and the Fearow, I might not even want to have them in here, because I have Bouffalon as a grass counter. And I'm doing this to try and give me more space, because I do think I want to add maybe some more energy, maybe some more trainer cards, probably more trainer cards. I don't think I need more than like 10 or 15 energy. If it goes longer than that, especially having the double energy, if it goes longer than that, I probably lost anyway. I want a special energy search. Like that's the card that I really want. Right, and I do want to have Pokemon Center Lady. Very, very strong card to have. She can heal 60 damage and remove all. See, now this is a key thing that you have to realize what your trade-offs are when you build a deck. So this big Malasada looks like fake bread around bubblegum. But apparently it tastes good, so whatever. But heals 20 damage and remove a special condition. So as an item card, you're able to remove one special condition and heal 20 damage. But you can play, so the thing is, if you have 4 of these in your hand, you can play all 4 of them, removing 4 special conditions and 80 damage. Because item cards, you can play as many as you like, as it says here, which is, I don't know, some of the ways that they've put the rules into the cards is kind of interesting. But I guess there do have to be rules to the card game, like visible somewhere, but interesting. But anyway, this removes all the special conditions and heals the 60 damage. So it's sort of trading off putting 3 of those into your deck versus having 1 of these Pokemon Center ladies. And also, though, then the trade-off is that you can't use another supporter for that turn. So I don't think it's a big. I think it's definitely worth it to have those in your deck. I might actually even include 4, since I have playing a normal or a colorless deck. A lot of the Pokemon, a lot of the basics are very strong, because a lot of colorless basics like don't evolve or are just stronger in general because they have like 1 evolution, like Ursaring, Braviary, like Chansey and Blissey. All of these, they don't have more than 1 evolution. Stuffle, it's a single evolution, so they're stronger. So playing a lot of healing cards is good. I might put in this Poison Barb as well. Okay, and here we are again. It's like 1. I don't think I need this max potion if I'm going to be playing the Pokemon Center ladies. So I'll play another one of those actually in place of it. Okay. And N seems to be the basic cards that they always put in. They'll put 4 in when you just build your deck with the deck wizard for some reason. But I don't know that you need to have so many of him. You can just put in one maybe. Like N, I think is sort of equivalent to the Ace Trainer, where I'd rather than play N, I'd rather play a card where it just allows me to draw and doesn't mess with my opponent's hand. Obviously, unless they're winning, like unless my opponent is winning. But yeah, I'd rather not deal with it at all. Just um, I think a Fighting Fury belt is good for a deck like this as well. Uh, so I'm feeling kind of pretty solid about this. One, two, three, I feel like I might need instead of playing now. I usually do play two of these, but I might want to play something that gives me the ability to shuffle my hand into my deck, like an N, but um, just lets me shuffle my hand into my deck, or even just draw some more cards. I might want to grab a How or a um, or something. Professor Sycamore. I could potentially play Professor Sycamore here. Judge. I might actually play Judge here. I think it's a very good card to play. Sort of synergizes a little bit with this Orangu that only lets me draw 3 cards. Draw until I have 3 cards. So like I can use Judge, gives me a new hand if I have a crappy hand. It's only 4 cards. I play all 4 of those cards, and then I can, and if one of those cards is Orangu, or if I have Orangu on my bench, then I can just draw an additional 3. It's essentially giving me limiting my opponent to 4 cards and then giving me a 7-card draw. It's like an Ace Trainer without necessarily needing to be for your opponent to have taken prize cards. So I can do it early in the game. It's pretty good, I think. So this Chansey's pretty decent, I guess. And then Blissey. Blissey can knock out a lot of things, does a lot of damage to itself, but it's not bad. I might also just give it a Rocky Helm. Or the Poison Barb. I think the Poison Barb is good. Poison Barb, it'll do the 20 damage in between turns anyway. And then if it doesn't knock them out, like if the 20 damage doesn't knock it out, a Rocky Helm, whereas a Rocky Helm, the 20 damage is what it gets. It's poison, so he has to either switch it out, he'll use a card on it. So the Poison Barb, I think, is more worth it to have in a deck than the Rocky Helm. It's just become more meta for that reason. And yeah, so there we have it. I'm actually not even gonna play this deck today. On the recording, I'm just gonna show you guys sort of how I went through doing it. So, like I said, I like using the deck builder just because it's easier. It just throws the cards in, and instead of me having to search through for every specific one, it says, "Oh, here's your collection that you have," which is easy to do on the computer. It's easier. It's just easier on the computer in that sense. This rufflet's kind of weak. I wonder if I think I might have a different rufflet too. And that's a good thing to also check. Yeah, so this is a perfect example of things to check where you might have doubles. And when I say doubles, I don't mean specifically, 2 of the exact same card. You might have differences. So what are the trade-offs, for each card? This has 70 HP. This can do tackle, hammer, and this has 70 HP. This can only use tackle. But is it worth it to put a double energy onto this? Obviously, if I'm going to evolve it, then obviously, but I might. I only have 3. I have 4 Stuffle and I only have 3 Beware. So that's something that I didn't notice. So again, this is like to make your deck as efficient as possible. Um, just be careful about using the deck wizard because this type of stuff can happen where they'll put the whatever the AI is or the computer automatically puts, like the deck wizard puts in um, what it expects to be like your, some of your best cards based off of what you chose. But since I only have 3 Beware, do I have? Oh no, I do. Oh, I just took out. I took one out. Um, Evolve to draw 3 cards. Okay, so now, do I want to take a card out, or do I want to take out... I might just take one of these Stuffle out and put in another trainer card. And just do it that way. Because I already do have a lot of Pokemon. Like, 28 is a very high number of Pokemon. I might even put in some more energy. That might be a smart thing to do. I haven't finished off... There, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7... I think that's all the basic types, including Steel then. I don't have Fairy or Dark in here. Yeah, so this is pretty good. Normally, I would say you try and do like 20-20-20 just to make a balanced deck. Since I'm running a lot of double colorless, I'm running a full 4 double colorless energy. And if I was able to, I would get the... there is a... I might look for it on the trade. Actually, let me look right now. Oh, whoops. You sure you want to discard them? No. So I'm gonna save this deck now. Since I'm already past. I'm already looking to continue building it. And this is another important thing when you're making your own deck. You want to try and continue to see things. You say, okay, I might need this card. Let me see if I can find it, or how can I make this deck better? If you happen to open up a pack, if I happen to go in and I go to my collection because I bought a bunch of packs, and I open up a ton of packs and I say, oh look, I have another Drampa. Maybe I want to put another Drampa in my deck. I have another Tauros GX. I want to put another Tauros GX in my deck. Those are great cards. I want to put another Spinda into my deck or something like that. You draw more cards. Also, I mean, like, for example, me, I'm a bit of a loser. This Kangaskhan is shiny. I'm gonna replace my cards with just shiny cards. Because also when you just go in, even like I'll play a few games online, and then I'll go and I'll say, oh wow, I haven't looked at this deck in a few days. Let me go in and look at this deck, see if I can make any changes that I think would better the gameplay. It's kind of like if any of you are, if you've written a paper for school or for college, which or those might be the same thing for you. I don't know. I'm guessing my audience is slightly younger, so I'm just saying, if you've gotten there yet, but where you're writing a paper, the best thing to do is to go back after you've let it sit for a while. So you sort of let it, because you're going to think that all of your ideas are out there and you're all set with it. But the reality of it is you let it sit for a while. You don't read that paper for a while. You go and you do other things. You go outdoors. You go to the store. You go read a book. You go whatever. Go play Pokemon, the video game. You go and play Sun and Moon. You're gonna end up coming back to it and saying, oh, why did I ever put this in here? Let me change this. All those things like that. So it's always good to just sort of keep reviewing your work. It'll make your decks a lot better. Okay, so I'm gonna go with standard. That's it. I'm just gonna call this a standard deck. Um, and now, if you want to comment and tell me what kind of coin I should use for this, I'm just gonna set my default as I think the Fennekin, my new Fennekin coin that I just got from opening up those packs before. I'm gonna go with the colorless deck box right now, and I'm going to give myself the green Pokeball sleeves. I never use these, so why not for this one, right? But you can comment and tell me what kind of deck box, what kind of coin I should use, all that type of stuff. Oh yeah, wait. Let me also look into this. I think, was it just a Rayquaza? Yeah. So this is that Rayquaza that I just got. I didn't really look at this. Flip 2 coins attacks 20 damage times the number of heads. So this is another option, is when you're playing this colorless deck, because you have the ability to not worry about energies, you can play a lot of dragons. I wouldn't suggest playing many types of dragons. I'm saying, when I say you can play a lot of dragons, you can choose, like for example, I could put this Rayquaza into this deck right now. Why wouldn't I? You know what? Why wouldn't I? I'll put the Rayquaza in. But the thing is, then, I think I might put the Rayquaza in later when I'm reviewing my deck. And that's just the thing that I know that I might do. So I'll come back to it. But the thing is, you see, like, it has a lot of colorless costs, but then also, because you're running a colorless deck, you don't necessarily need to have any specific type of energy. So, because I'm running full colorless, I'm not worrying about what energies I have. So I just put one of everything. But for example, I play this Rayquaza. I'll run what it costs it has fire cost and it has electric cost. So I could empty out all of my energy and only play fire and electric energy. And I'd probably play less electric. I'd play 2 to 1, just because that's sort of how you see. This is also a good sort of just the math in my head is, I think, okay, that fire energy is gonna be more worth it for me to have, so I can use at least one of my attacks. Because as Pokemon is set up, the Pokemon cards, usually the first attack is a weaker, more cost-efficient attack, and then the second attack is usually more costly. So as you see, it says to discard one of each of those energies. The thing is, if I run this Rayquaza, I might want to also run then an energy retrieval, which I don't necessarily need to run with my full colorless deck. But if I ran Rayquaza, just because I'd want to use Dragon Blast, obviously it's a very strong attack, 120 damage, that would be able to knock itself out. But I'd have to discard both of the energy that I need to use that attack. So I might also run, a good thing to run with dragons is the double dragon energy. Actually, never mind, you can't run the double dragon energy with this, I don't think. Because I don't think it would count. I don't think it would count towards the discard costs. Provides every type of energy. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. I'd have to test that out. But there we are. So that's it. That's my standard deck. I'm gonna go play that. Play that one today. I already did my daily challenge for the day, so now it's just getting into these fun games with the standard deck. But thanks for watching. You can always do the little whatever like or dislike button thingy. You can subscribe to my channel. I'm always posting these Pokemon videos. I do a lot of deck building. I do pack opening. If you comment and you tell me what you want to see more of, I can always do that. I play the game, try and go through it with people, show you the best way to play. And great. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope to see you again next time. Cool.